We're about to load 3 mares in the trailer, head to Tennessee Equine, where Rude and Riddle is gonna meet us and do a day of ICSI. So they are going to aspirate 3 of my mares, starting with Trudy. Aspirating, meaning they are going to harvest oocytes. So within all of the follicles that you see that we watch to make sure they mature and we try to see if they ovulate, that is where the oocyte lives, which is essentially the egg. So the follicle is the fluid-filled sac that the oocyte is within. So they go get the oocytes, and then outside of the mare, they use a single sperm per oocyte, and the whole process is called ICSI, but essentially they try to make embryos outside of the mare, and then we're able to freeze them and use at a later date. So let's load Trudy up. And then next up is Miss Blondie. Blondie, I'll talk about her a little bit later, but let's load her up first. Get on up there, big girl. Look at that booty. She's so gorgeous. And then last but not least, excuse me, Molly, you're getting a massage. Gotta go get Ricky. Last but not least is Ricky, aka Gone Commando. Luckily for us, it's only a 30-minute trailer ride, so it's super easy. I'm gonna drop these girls off for the day, and I'll tell y'all who they're getting bred to when we get there. Okay, so they're here. Brought all 3 mares. They're in stalls awaiting their turn. The Trudy usually gives a gajillion oocytes, and because of that, we always have 2 stallions on standby because we'll usually split it. Generally, if she gives like 20 oocytes, we're gonna get, anywhere from 1 to 6 embryos. And there's always a chance of 0 embryos, even from a slew of oocytes. But the 2 stallions that we chose for her are Enticed. Very excited about that cross. And my young stallion First Things First, because we used a couple of his embryos that we had in the bank, and we want some more for next year. But if she only has enough oocytes for 1 stallion, we are doing Enticed. And for Miss Blondie, we are going to do both of my stallions, VS Code Red and First Things First, but if she only has enough oocytes for 1 stud, then we will choose First Things First, because that was the cross that I had hoped for her to carry this year. She just didn't get pregnant, but we have a lot of hope for next year. And since she's open, why not do a couple rounds of ICSI? And then for Ricky, aka Gone Commando, we are gonna do the same thing. VS Code Red and First Things First. She has 1 baby from each of them coming in 2027. And so in the case that we love them dearly, because I think we will, we're gonna go ahead and have some embryos just frozen on hand. Same thing for her though. If we only have enough oocytes for 1 stud, it will be Denver, First Things First. Everybody is nice and cozy here at the vet clinic. Again, it's so nice that it's only 30 minutes away for us. And let's cross our fingers for lots of oocytes. This is not my usual content, but it's Prime Day. And if you do a lot of shopping on Amazon, I have a gigantic list of a whole bunch of my favorites, like my hair products, my leggings, these exact sunglasses, kitchen products, basically a lot of things that y'all have asked me, hey, where'd you get that? And then they so happen to be on sale today. We even did a cool thing where we did a survey and we said, hey, if you don't have time to go shop for what's the best deal in this category, what would you like for us to do the legwork on and find deals? And so we even got a bunch of school supplies stuff on a list, lots of home decor stuff, kitchen, my makeup. So if that interests you, that list is in my Linktree, or if this is on Facebook, I'll put the link in the comments. For those that don't know, when you order these things through my link, I absolutely do get a commission. I will always be transparent about that. One way that creators can make money through social media is from commissions and from links and things like that. And so this is a good way. I don't do it very often, but when there's Amazon Prime days and there's deals going on for the products that you already ask where I get them, I just link them. And then when you shop like that, I get a commission. So just being super transparent, if you shop today, that's how I'll get paid. And hopefully I've made the list super easy for you to shop through and scroll and find the things that you've been wondering about. So let me know if you have any questions, and happy shopping. So you know how Wheezy decided, hey, I'm gonna get hurt so I don't have to go to the horse show. That means we have an open stall at the show. So Mr. Walter is gonna have his first outing. Now Walter, because he is a 2-year-old stallion prospect and he's a goofy boy, We are probably not going to necessarily be riding him at this horse show. This is just a sights and sounds experience for him. He has to listen to all these women hollering at him how gorgeous he is, and he has to just handle it like a grown man. Oh yeah, and the smells. There's going to be a lot of smells, buddy. All right, buddy. Now, I was actually thinking, I was like, I don't know that he's really been on a trailer, so we're going to just see what happens. He's going to hop on the trailer first, and then Kennedy, there's going to be like a little slot between them, and then she has her own slot so that there's no way for them to touch each other. That's your big brother, Woody. Look how handsome your son is, Indy. Molly's getting a massage. You got a break for this show, girlfriend. We're taking Walter. Okie dokie. Let's see. I think he's going to be a really smart, good boy and just hop right up in there. One foot before the other. What a good boy. Good job, Bubba. Okay, so there's a whole slant in between, and then Miss Kennedy comes next. Hi, pretty girl. And then she's a pro. We already know that. So now we have our resident climber opening up all the windows. Some of you have asked why we're not taking Ethel, why we're not taking Molly. Like the last horse show, we took a whole bunch of horses, and it's really just because we're trying to focus on the NSBA world, which I'll only be taking Kennedy to, so she's the only horse that I'm showing, and we wanted one ride-along horse, and Walter hasn't had a turn yet, and it just felt right. He's been such a good boy. He's been handling everything with such a sound mind, and I think it'll be great for him because it's only 30 minutes away. Like I said, probably not going to get ridden, but he might get lunged, walked around, being in the stall around all those horses, hearing all those things. It's going to be great for him. You be nice to him. He's a baby, and he's probably going to be a future baby daddy of yours. So stay tuned for more updates. Oh yeah, and Beyonce's alive. I guess I have to show her all the time now.